All right, hi. We are at chapter 1. We're doing key features of formulas and quadratics and absolute values. So I have h and k, and we're going to combine those and put those together for moving our parabola or moving our absolute value. Just a reminder on this, my h is going to be when I move left or right, and it's going to be opposite sign, op sign. My k is going to be up or down, same sign. A x minus h squared is a parabola. Absolute value of x minus h is a v-shaped absolute value. So you need to be able to know the difference between those. Okay, I am going to, on number 1, have to verbally explain what's moving. So I'm looking at the 5 and I'm looking at the 1. I want to let you know that all of these have a 1 as my A. So I am not going skinny or fat. We're going to do that tomorrow. No skinny, no fat. All we're doing is left, right, or up, down. All right, so tell me, we're going to do in words what the movement is. So 5 to the what, 1 to the what? So I need volunteers. Yeah. 5 right, 1 up. And I want you to write the vertex. 5, 1 would be the vertex. And that's all we're doing for 1 through 6.
How would it be a positive 5?
Because remember, in parentheses, it's the opposite sign, or in absolute value, it's the opposite sign. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's a positive 5. Even though I see a subtraction, because remember when I had like this for factoring, and I said, you guys solve for 0, and you had to do add 5, and your answer ended up being the opposite sign. This is in a parentheses. This is in a bracket. It's the opposite sign because of the zero product property. Number 2, 2 to the what? 7 to the what?
2 to the left.
2 left. 7 down. Good. -2, -7. Number 3, 3 to the what? 1 to the what? 3 left. 1 down. -3, -1. Do 4, 5, 6 on your own. Words and then vertex.
What if the x is like isolated from 5?
So there's nothing there, so 0.
Okay.
X plus 0 or x minus 0. All right, so 4, 8 what and 3 what? New people.
Right.
8 right, 3 up, 8, 3. Good. Number 5. All I have is a 5. 5 what? Up. That means my vertex is 0, 5. And lastly, number 6, I only have a 7. 7 what?
to the right.
You're right, 7,0. Thank you for volunteering so much. Okay, so now we're going to list all the key features. I'm doing examples 1, 2, and 3 on this page. I'm not going to do 4 and 5 because I want you to get started on practicing. So on these, I've got lots to do. I first have to draw the graph. I need to identify all these key features on this list here. So remember how if I know that I need to go 5 left, that my vertex is -5, 1, I need to be really careful where I make my axes. So please, if I'm going 5 to the left, I better push my y-axis over like this because I need space to go 5 left. I'm only going 1 up, so I don't need to do anything up or down. But can you move your y-axis a little to the right so that you have this space to go 5 over? Otherwise, you'll run out of space and it'll be off the graph. Okay. 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 up. There's my vertex. My axis of symmetry is the x value of the vertex. And I say x equals -5. It would be a dotted line like this that cuts the absolute value in half. Max, let's refresh our brains. Maximum means that the parabola is pointing downward and it has a high point. Minimum means that it's pointing upward and it has a low point. So is this going to have a max or min? Like, is it opening upward or downward? Upward, because there's a positive here. So remember absolute value. Over 1, up 1. Over 2, up 2. The table of values are up on the board. So upward from my vertex. Over 1 in both directions, up 1. Over 2 in both directions, up 2. And this is absolute value, so it's a V-shaped. So when I'm looking at this, is this a max or a min?
Max.
A max goes downward, and it has a super high point. A minimum has this low point, can't go any lower. So maybe draw these little images next to max and min. Okay, is this a max or a min? It bottoms out. It's a minimum. Now for domain and range. We know domain and range. Are you guys experts at this by now? Scanning left to right. What's my domain? -infinity to positive infinity. All real numbers. Range goes low to high. So now way down here, nope, I do not see a graph down here. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, what does it start at? 1. It's like a solid circle, solid line. It's a bracket. 1, low to high. Low to high. 1 comma. How high up is my arrows going to go?
Infinity.
Positive infinity. And infinity always has a parentheses. It's been a while since we've done these key features. I'm doing 2 more. All right, we can turn the page. All right. Oop, this is a parabola because it's got the squared. -2, -7. You guys, I have to go down 7. How should I make my x-axis and y-axis if I need to go down 7?
Go higher down the line.
Yep, make the x-axis higher up on the line. Even this high is totally fine. Please do that. make sure you're not moving ahead because I always have rulers if you want from the green box. Don't forget about that. Okay. Axis of symmetry is what? If my vertex is at -2, -7, what's my axis of symmetry? The line that cuts down the middle. Where is it? -2. I need more people to volunteer. I'm hearing from the same people. You write it x equals -2. And I was doing a blue line. Okay, how am I going to draw my graph? Like, how do I know where to move my points? Table, I'm going to call in tables at random, guys, because this is all we did homework on, just this. Table 1, not Wyatt. He's helped a lot. How do I know where to do my points? Like, over what, up what? How do I know? The x is just 1. Over 1, up 1. Okay, over 1, up 1. And then what's my next point going to be? Over 2, up. It's squared. Over 2, up 4. Over 2, up 4. Parabolas are the curved, x squared. 2 squared is 4. So I have to go up 4. Does this have a max or a min? Low bottom out point. Because it points upward. I'm going to call on tables 8 and tables 9 for my domain and range. Yep, you're right. Negative infinity, positive infinity, all real numbers. And my range? Table 8? Jackie, do you know? So awesome. -7 is my lowest point because it has a minimum. And it goes up, 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 positive infinity. Bracket, -7, comma, infinity, parentheses. All right. Number 3, the only thing I'm going to do with you is help you with your axes. I need to go 8 to the right. You really need to get your up and down line way pushed over to the side. The rest I want you to do, try without my help. Eight to the right, 3 up. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Is this facing upward or downward? Downward because there's a negative in front. My axis of symmetry is x equals 8. I'll draw a blue line, cutting it in half. It's opposite value. How do I know how to make my points? Yeah.
Down 1 over 1.
I'll do that first. Down 1 over 1. And then what? What's the next set?
Down 4 over 2.
Nope, it's an absolute value.
Oh,
Someone help her.
The V-shape.
It's V-shaped, so everything's just like the same number. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Over 2, down 2. And then I'm going like this. All right? If it's facing downward, does it have a maximum, a high point, or a minimum, a low point? A maximum, a high, it tops out, like the highest it goes. That's called max. Domain and range are good. Table 2, not Anthony. Help me out with the domain and range. For domain, you are correct. Range is low to high.
Positive, positive.
It's going to go lowest it goes. Actually, the lowest it goes with the infinity is going to go first. So negative infinity, but the 3, you're right with the 3. 3 is how high it goes. So I'm going to go negative infinity, and it tops out at 3. 3 bracket. That one's a little bit trickier. Okay, so with these 3, I want to talk to you about what the homework is. We're not doing 4 and 5. You've got 2 parts to this. Let's start at the end. Can you guys look at the back page? I didn't even write directions, but basically you need to write the equation. And it'll be like f of x or y equals x minus h plus k, whatever h and k are. So you got to figure that out on your own. So that's the last 6 on the back. And then on these, they're blank graphs. Write and graph 8 equations of your own. They must have either absolute value or quadratic. They must also have an h and a k. The vertex cannot be at 0, 0. So you have to make up an equation with any numbers you want. X minus 2 plus 4. I don't know. Anything you want. I want a little mixture. I want parabolas and I want absolute values. You cannot do all the same thing. Give me a little bit of both. Some parabolas, some absolute values. Everybody clear on the directions? Because you're so quiet. All right, I'm going to stop the video.